My dear Dasarians, the non-Brahmins, Vanakkam. Be proud to be Shudras, since your ancestors earned this title not because they were born as a low caste as described by the evil Varnashrama theory, but because they found the formulae, the Shudras, to reach God. Let us see what Krishna Kannapiran in Tamil, the very great Sutradhari, says in one of his sutras, the Shetragna Vibaga Yogam. In this chapter, non-Brahmin Swami Kannapiran explains various things: this body, the inhabitant, the Lord whom he should know, the characteristics of the Lord, the characteristics of the soul. This chapter is like a scientific article, something to read and learn. I have made it as simple as I can. Reading a second time, if it is a little difficult, will be understood. This body is the cottage. He who knows this is his body, he is the dweller therein. We know what is in this body. Let us see what this body is made up of, as Krishna says. Krishna says that these things are already described in texts such as the Brahma Sutra and the poems of the wise. This body is made up of 5 basic elements. What is said to be land, water, fire, air, and space. Egotism, intellect, what is said to be arrogance, ignorance, eye, ear like tools, 10, mind, taste, light, sensation, sound, smell, what is said to be the 5 sensations of the sensory organs, desire and aversion, pleasure and pain, physicality and mental stability. Further, Kannapiran explains what is wisdom and agnosticism. Pragmatic, lack of conceit, non-killing, patience, honest, guru devotion, purity, perseverance, self-deprecation, lack of interest in the goods, lack of arrogance, birth, death, grey ingredients, sickness, old age, sorrow, and the closure vision of the reality of these. Detachment, without thinking of anything like relatives, wife, and children as one's own. Silent acceptance of whatever happens, whether likes or dislikes. Devotion to God without dissolution in yoga. Seeking a separate place, not wanting to crowd. Positioning in soul wisdom, realizing the meaning of philosophical wisdom. These are wisdom. Other than this is agnosticism. With his body and wisdom, knowing which state of God will make one attain the everlasting life without death, Kannapiran explains that state of godliness here. That one has no beginning. It cannot be explained as existent or non-existent. Manikavasaka Swami, the non-Brahmin, praises God in Tamil as Ullani Illani, meaning, "O God, you are existing and not as well." Arunagirinathar, the non-Brahmin, praises in Tamil as Uladai Iladai, meaning, God is existing and not existing as well. I don't know whether this greatness of praising God as non-existent is in any other religion. Formless God is different. Praising God as non-existent is different and great. Uruvai, Aruvai, Uru Aruvai. God has form, formless, and formless form. Coming to Kannapiran, he continues, it has hands and legs, eyes and heads, mouths and ears everywhere. It is filling in everything. It directs all the senses, though it has no senses for itself. Unattached, bearing all, devoid of qualities, yet their experiencer. It is in and out of 5 basic elements. Everything of moving and stable, all are it. being a keen perception of acute intellect, rare for knowledge. It is far away and nearby as well. Non-segmental, however, is like segregated lives. That one creates, preserves, and destroys the basic five elements and absorbs them into itself finally. It is the light for all lights, beyond darkness. It is the wisdom, and the thing obtained by the wisdom is it, and it is the subject of everything. Thus, the body, the wisdom, and the supreme being to be obtained are briefly explained. My devotee knowing this becomes my being, says the non-Brahmin Kannapiran. Again, Krishna describes here the famous words Purushan and Prakriti. Kannapiran also explains how two living things in your body, small and big, are functioning. The Lord Padi and the nature Prakriti, both of them are forever. Body, the cottage is due to nature, and the Lord is responsible for the living beings. All the movable and immovable objects we see are made up of combination of these two. The living being of the Padi stays in this body of nature and experiences the qualities of nature. When he is attached to good qualities, he is born in good, and bad birth symptoms are caused by the attachment of bad qualities. In connection with this life and body, the Lord is spreading all through the body as another great life being, Atma. This soul is merely a witness, allowing, bearing, enjoying anything, and is the heavenly soul. Even this great life being can be called as God. Krishna says that one should try and find the above facts about the Lord Padi and the nature Prakriti. If they know that, they will attain the status of being unborn. Some realize Atma by Atma through meditation. Some know it through Sankhya Yogam and some through Karma Yogam. Many of those who do not realize like this are worshipping the Shrudis obtained from foreigners, says Krishna. I am repeating here. Many of those who do not realize like this are worshipping the Shrudis obtained from foreigners. At the time of Krishna, no other religions entered India. He mentions only the Arya Brahmins as foreigners here. The one who could perceive the Lord, who is not perishable and equal in all the perishable things, he alone is of good vision. He alone reaches the highest state. He who sees that all deeds are done by nature and that the soul is only a witness alone sees. When one sees the multifaceted basic elements expand from one God, he attains the state of God then. Since this great life being has no beginning as origin and of no quality, he has no evil. God is passive and unattached, though in body. The sky, which is spread all over, is not affected by other things due to its subtle nature. Similarly, the great soul does not suffer even if it is spread throughout the body. Just as the same sun lights up all of the world, God, the great living being dwelling in the body, lights up the body and the small living being. Thus, those who know the difference between the cottage and the dweller are freed from the clutches of nature and its actions through enlightenment and merge with God, the great living being. Thus preaches the non-Brahmin Swami Kannapiran to non-Brahmin Arjunan. ஓம் நன்றி வணக்கம்.